we wanted to wait till there were more people here, and you're all here now. So it's my pleasure and privilege to introduce and welcome our temple president, Dan Steiner, to share with us some words of greeting and a report on the synagogue in this new year. As Dan makes his way up here, I just need to tell you what a privilege it is for all of us to work with Dan and the board. They have been tremendously visionary and responsive and supportive in all the endeavors that we undertake. And as you'll hear, I won't preface what Dan's going to say, other than to say thank you for all that you've done, Dan.
My dearest fellow congregants, for those of you who heard my Yom Kippur address last year, I talked about the importance, of your origin story and knowing it. How did you get to the place you are today? Over the course of the last year, in many conversations with congregants, I've heard about discussions people have had with their parents and others, and making meaningful discoveries about who they are, and in turn, who our Temple Sholom community is. Those discoveries and sharing of those stories with others help create a sense of community within our immediate families and within our extended Temple Sholom family. Those discussions are just one small way our synagogue has been building a community. Temple is not just the walls of this building. It's trite to say we are the people inside these walls and the people outside these walls as well. This past year has seen many ways for our synagogue members to continue deepening and broadening our sense of community. We have an astonishing range of activities, both for our own members and for the broader public. What I said last year continues to be true today, and even more so. The state of our synagogue is strong. We are growing, our finances are in excellent shape, and we're going from strength to strength. We have programs for all age groups, from babies to seniors, both inside our building and elsewhere in the city through Eastside Jews and other programs. Our school has over 200 students on Sundays, along with an additional 34 teen assistant teachers or madrichim, 11 teachers, and 1 song leader. We also have a popular midweek Hebrew club. Last year, we had 27 b'nai mitzvahs, 18 weddings, and 29 conversions. Sisterhood has 197 members. Men's Club reaches hundreds of people. And our seniors group, Shalom Shishim, served 753 lunches at 15 events. We've hosted speakers ranging from David Suzuki to the candidates in Vancouver's mayoral election. Our teens are involved with the B'nai B'rith Youth Organization, or BBYO, and have really begun hitting their stride. Our own Judah Moskowitz was elected VP Jewish Enrichment, which is one of the most senior positions in BBYO International. He'll be representing our synagogue on the world stage. We had lots of programs to celebrate Israel at 75, while being very thoughtful about what's happening to Israel's democracy. We helped settle 15 Ukrainian families, taking a leadership role in the Vancouver Jewish community's efforts to do so. Cantor Cohen has been adding to the fabric of our community, not only bringing us her music and a new choir, but also taking on pastoral roles in key life cycle events, tutoring our teen and adult B'nai Mitzvah students, leading our seniors programming, and a new monthly queer Torah study group looking at Jewish texts through a queer lens. All of this success is also being recognized outside of our shul. Rabbi Brown was recently invited to participate in a 3-year fellowship program at the Shalom Hartman Institute, both in Israel and in North America. That group immerses an elite group of 25 North American rabbis in the highest levels of Jewish learning, equipping them to meet contemporary challenges with ever-increasing intellectual and moral sophistication. It's a large honor for Rabbi Brown and a wonderful recognition for our temple. Rabbi Dan received an honorary doctorate from Hebrew Union College, HUC, and is regularly asked to comment on Jewish religious matters on CBC, as well as providing insights to various lay leaders. His leadership on defending Israeli democracy has even put Temple Sholom in the Haaretz newspaper in Israel. In April, I attended a URJ conference for presidents of Reform synagogues across Canada and the United States. Temple Sholom was recognized for our leadership in developing a culture of philanthropy in our synagogue. And when that group of presidents discussed the breadth of programming and the size of budgets and membership that we each have, people were amazed at what our clergy, staff, and volunteers accomplish with a budget, I kid you not, half the size of U.S. synagogues of similar-sized memberships. All of that activity builds a community that people want to be a part of. And the last year, our membership has grown from 944 households to 979 households, representing a growth from 2,600 people to 2,660 people, roughly. On Rosh Hashanah, you saw this bima overflowing with new families who'd been called up for an aliyah. We continue to be the largest Jewish congregation in Canada west of Toronto. Thank you to our rabbis, our cantor, our staff and educators, our lay leaders, volunteers, and all of you for everything you do to create this community. On October 4th, our members have the opportunity to decide whether to move to the next step in our growth, from our current strength to our next strength. Our members will be voting on whether to proceed with the Now and Forever capital campaign to raise funds to renovate this building and make improvements at our cemetery. Our synagogue was originally built in 1988 and expanded in 1995 with the rooms along the side there. As you can see today and on every religious school day and many other days, we're bursting at the seams. With some creative planning, we can renovate this building to serve our growing needs well into the future. At the cemetery, we need to increase plot capacity and add facilities such as bathrooms, a shelter for services, and secure storage for maintenance equipment. I look forward to seeing you in person or on Zoom on October 4th at, I believe, it's 7 p.m. Finally, I want to remind you all about our high holiday $54 half shekel campaign. It's really key funding that helps pay for communal meals and gatherings here at Temple Sholom. It's a meaningful mitzvah for each of us to participate in the joint undertaking of sustaining our synagogue. Thank you and have an easy fast.